Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Friday Ramblings. We're here as part of our discussion of the many fine shows that made up the Disney afternoon programming block. We're going to go ahead and discuss the oldest of the shows. In fact, the first show produced by Walt Disney Television Animation, The Adventures of the Gummi Bears. Famous not only for its iconic theme song, but for being one of the few cartoons adapted from candy. The Adventures of the Gummi Bears was a mix of classic sitcom cartoon enjoyment and high fantasy, as it takes place in a world of knights, magic, and just a little bit of pseudo-technology. The basic stories of the Gummi Bears is that there is a species known as the Gummi Bear, who are intelligent bears that possessed the secret knowledge of gummy berry juice, made from gummy berries that they carefully cultivate. If a gummy bear consumes the juice, they gain the ability to bounce all around off any surface with no damage to themselves, also turning themselves into pinballs, which is a very interesting way of fighting to defend yourself. But if the gummy berry juice is consumed by humans, it gives them temporary superhuman strength. The gummy bear species has at this point largely been wiped out. There's only one small clan living in this part of the world currently, in what is known as Gummi Glen. By and large, they avoid humans. However, they've made friends with a local knight in training named Calvin and the good ruler's daughter, Princess Callie. Is it Callie? Check my pronunciation here. Yep, Princess Kala. C-A-L-L-A. Thus, the gummies are occasionally drawn into shenanigans to help out their human allies, as well as defend themselves from the local naughty humans who seek to steal the secrets of not just gummy berry juice, but the technology that the gummy bears have for themselves, which by medieval standards was kind of impressive. It's similar to steampunk, but not quite as mechanically involved. Again, you're looking at cartoons for children. The mechanics were very simple. The series did premiere on NBC on September 14th, 1985, and aired there for 4 seasons before moving to ABC for 1 season, concluding with its final 6th season in 1991 as part of the original Disney afternoon television package. It spanned a total of 65 episodes, a good chunk of which had 2 stories per episode, giving 95 individual stories told. Not a bad run. So, who are your characters du jour? Well, you have first Zummi Gummi, the Gummi Glen Gummi's leader. Yes, we're going to say Gummi a lot. He is the keeper of Gummi wisdom, as well as the group's magician. He is a bit clumsy and forgetful, though, so he is not a absolute leader, often yielding to the wisdom of his peers. However, he is, when push comes to shove, the one who makes the final decisions, because his final decisions are weighed with great care for others and the wisdom of somebody who's been around for a long time. Speaking of being around for a long time, we have Grammy Gummi, matriarch of Gummi Glen. She is the mother figure who cooks, cleans, and is the gummy who prepares the gummy berry juice, being the only one who knows the secret recipe. Gruff Gummi is an old-fashioned bear who is the group's master mechanic. His short temper and insistence on doing things the most traditional way possible tends to cause a little bit of conflict, especially with the younger Gummies, but in the end, he is always loyal to his fellows. We have Tummy Gummi, who is the classic good-natured fat boy of the group. Tummy is the oldest of the younger generation of Gummies and tends to have a easygoing personality. Still, when push comes to shove, he shows perhaps the most bravery of all the Gummies, so he's a good guy to have around in a fight. Sunny Gummi is your preteen girl and is best friends with the human Princess Kala. Sunny's most curious about human culture and is the one who usually drags the other Gummies into helping the humans out, as she's often there at the time when things go bad. Cubby is the youngest of the main cast, being equivalent to an 8-year-old, and dreams of becoming a great knight one day. Unfortunately, he has the classic impetuousness and impatience of youth and tends to get himself in trouble as much as help others. Rounding out, we have the two recurring characters of Gusto Gummi, an artistic individualist Gummi who was stranded on a deserted island for 12 years. He is later found by the other Gummies and invited to live in Gummi Glen. However, instead of living in the main residential areas, he lives in a makeshift apartment behind a waterfall. He's generally understood to be the 7th Gummi, as he does live in the greater Gummi Glen area, even if he only appears a handful of times in the series. There's also Chummy Gummi, an adventurous Gummi, who is the last surviving Gummi of the previous city at Gummerset. He tends to travel around too much to be any sort of official resident of the Glen, although whenever he appears, he is more than happy to help out his fellow bears. Season 5, the Gummi Glen Gummies discover the Great Gummi's abandoned city of Ursalia, largely unoccupied until the Bardics, a tribe of rough and tough Gummies from Bardic Woods, move there after their home is destroyed by hostile humans. Besides our aforementioned Knight in Training Caven and Princess Kala, human allies include King Gregor, Sir Tuxford, Sir Gawain, among a few others. Your villains are Duke Sigmund Igthorn and his ogres of Toadwort, Gad, Zook, and Amma. There's also the evil witch Lady Bane, and trolls, vulture-like creatures called Carpies, and a few others. The Adventures of the Gummi Bears has been released on various best of VHS sets, although only 32 episodes were released originally. There's also a 3-disc DVD set featuring seasons 1, 2, 3, which composes roughly 47 episodes. To date, the series has never been officially released on DVD in the UK, although it is available on the UK Disney streaming site Disney Life, and there is no complete series set. However, the series is available to stream on Disney+. Hey, it's good times. So, what is the great legacy of it? Well, besides being Disney's first major serialized animated television series, it is often credited as having helped jumpstart the television animation boom of the late 80s and 90s. Its success is what helped spawn the idea for the Disney Afternoon block in and of itself, giving way to the various other shows we'll be discussing in the coming months, such as DuckTales, Rescue Rangers, Gargoyles, etc. The show was also so successful in the United Kingdom that 2 episodes were released as theatrical featurettes alongside The Great Mouse Detective and a re-release of Disney's Pinocchio. And the show's popularity led to a retheming of Disneyland's motorboat cruise, along with a small part of Disneyland that became known as the Disney Afternoon Avenue once that block started. The motorboat cruise became the motorboat cruise to Gummy Glen, and plywood characters from the show made gummy berry juice along the waterway. The characters have also been featured as meet and greet characters in various Disney theme parks. The motorboat cruise was shut down in July 11th, 1993. Mostly in part due to negative fan feedback over the years, as well as its operating budget being needed for the nearby Mickey's Toontown. Its loading platform and landscape grounds are now called Fantasia Gardens. In 2001, a successor to the motorboat cruise, Aquatopia, was opened at Tokyo Disney Sea in Japan. So, the motorboat cruise was also the subject of a running joke in the Warner Brothers cartoon Freakazoid episode The Cloud, in which various characters lamented its closure, as well as those of the Skyway and Adventure Through Inner Space. Sadly, the Gummi Bears, as far as modern incarnations go, have been largely forgotten. Its legacy is the foundation that later greater shows were built upon. However, that does not necessarily mean that Disney will never go there again. While I, as having been a constant throughout the Rambling series, am in no way necessarily begging for some sort of reboot show or some crazy over-the-top CGI-lated theatrical movie. I'm just saying, Disney loves to make video games, especially ones that involve multiple characters across multiple franchises they own. Yeah, it wouldn't hurt to throw some Gummi Bear cameo in there. Y'all know eventually you're going to make another Kingdom Hearts game. You and Square Enix can't help yourselves. You guys love you some Kingdom Hearts stuff. Why not have some Gummi Berry representation, you know? Throw some Gummi Bears in there. Knock it out, you know? Not saying a full Gummi Bear world, but maybe some NPC love. You know, some achievements or something referencing them. You can't tell me an RPG couldn't use gummy berry juice as an item. Aside from that, what is the impact for me personally? Well, it was some of my first exposure to fantasy genre style storytelling. You know, the good knights, the bad guys in their chainmail, ogres, trolls, witches, various one-off magic spells being cast. Heck, the whole, you know, oh, the fantasy genre has to take place in the Middle Ages thing. As I said, the pseudo-steampunk technology. you know, the foundations that later led me to a lot of other fantasy genre stuff that we all know and love, you know. Lord of the Rings is a great way to introduce folks to fantasy novels, storytelling, but if you're too young for the rings, because, you know, there's stuff in there that you can't really expect a 6-year-old to read. Gummi Bears is a great cartoon to get them used to the base ideas. Just saying. I know we're a little short this week, but that's okay, because, I mean, there's really not much we can discuss from here without getting into specific plot spoilers. And with the show being available on streaming to those Disney fans, I encourage you not to sit here and let me break down every single episode for you, but to go forth and watch it. Drive those numbers up on Disney Plus. Get the interest going again. If nothing else, listen to the theme song. Gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere. Don't perfectly remember the song from here, and you don't want to sing too much and get a copyright notice. I know how you go, YouTube. You ain't gonna copyright strike me, 'cause I'm not gonna sing the whole song. Go watch it on Disney Plus when it's perfectly legal. That's how we roll. And who knows, maybe one day I'll get bored enough, I'll mix up some fruity cocktails of my own, and maybe I'll just publish and trademark a drink called Gummy Berry Juice. I could do it. I wonder if anybody's done that. Let's check real quick. Ooh. Let's see. Stuff to make. Okay, according to the official, or the unofficial Disney Afternoon Wiki, let's see here, we do have, as far as the in-series recipe goes, it's produced by adding 6 handfuls of red berries, 4 orange berries, 3 purple berries, 4 blueberries, 3 green berries, and 1 yellow berry. The recipe ends with a 3-step stir. First stir slowly to the right, then stir slowly to the left, then bang the pot to banish the bubbles. Alright, so let me see. But has anybody made a real life gummy bear juice? No, I'm not seeing it. Okay, there we go, folks. There is your challenge. Whether alcoholic or not, let's come up with an original drink recipe that we can name Gummy Berry Juice. Who knows? If you get your sugar and liquor content just right, maybe you can bounce around the room too. We'll be back throughout the month of July with videos about other subjects to entertain you, and we'll be back in the coming months, one a month, till we dash through everything worth dashing through, breaking down that lovely nostalgic Disney afternoon. So until then, sing along with me. Gummy Bears on Roulette Productions YouTube channel. Subscribe and notifications. Sign up for them so you don't miss an